Start the conversation now.
Hi, Gypsy.
Hi, I finally got the whole article.
Good. I've been wondering.
It was very, very good. I had showed everybody, and everybody was like, I want to see. I'm like, can I read it first? But yeah,
well,
I think it was very well put together.
Thank you. I'm sure I got a couple things wrong. It's just inevitable, but yeah.
Right. But yeah, everything was, perfect. And I was like, I didn't expect, whenever we had talked that, my quotes would be in there. So I was like, I said that. I was like,
yep.
That's what I said.
Yeah, of course I was going to quote you. I mean, your perspective on the situation is actually what everybody is interested in.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Well, I'm really glad you liked it. I mean, sometimes it's hard to be written about sometimes, but I'm really glad that you felt it was true to your perspective and your experience.
It really was, because it touched base on a lot of different key points, and, people here have read it, and people out there have read it, and I've even started to get letters of support from people that have read it from the outside.
Oh, wow, really?
And
I'm not
somebody
surprised.
even put $10 on my account.
Oh, wow.
So I've been getting letters of, people saying, I read your story online, and, there are letters of support. So it's just wonderful because, I like getting mail. And having people to write to is good, so...
Yeah, well, I'm really glad. Yeah, people were really touched by the story. And I don't know, I've been talking to your dad a little bit about, there is Hollywood interest in the story. I don't know whether it's going to go anywhere because, honestly, everybody is really flaky in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, and I don't know exactly how it would all arrange with, life rights and stuff, but, I will keep you posted if something is actually coming together. So far, it's not really, right? But there are lots of, famous people who have read this so far. I mean, nobody, I think, no big movie stars that I'm sure of, although everybody sent it to this one woman named Melissa McCarthy. But,
I know
who that is.
Who you're talking about.
She's almost certainly read the article at this point.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I know a lot of people would like her to play her mom, but yeah. So, but she hasn't agreed to that.
I always said in county, I was like, one day they're gonna make a Lifetime movie about me, so I would like Natalie Portman to play me. I'm like, who would you like to play you?
Yeah, I know, right? It's hard not to think about it because, yes, Lifetime is definitely one of the parties that has been, buzzing around.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's sort of they're kind of flaky, and it's hard to tell because even if at this point they option the article, they may never get around to actually making the movie. It's sort of, that's the way Hollywood works. But, I'm not sure it will be Lifetime either. It seems like there are fancy places too. So I don't Lifetime is big enough, but there's lots of different places.
Yeah.
So like I said, once something actually gets serious, which it hasn't yet, I will let you know.
Well, let my dad know first, and then let me know because my dad, to look up the kind of life rights and stuff like that. We've been talking about that. I don't have internet access here. That's going to be hard. I've been on the internet for quite some time.
I know, for 7.5 years.
I feel like the world has evolved so much because I was watching the news last night, and they were talking about going to Mars by 2025, and I'm like, oh my God, by the time I get out, they've gone to Mars.
I know, and things go so quickly now, I never thought that would happen either in my lifetime, but yeah, I guess that's where we are. So I will, to the extent possible, keep you in the loop, but it's just, right now, it's just a lot of people talking, and they're kind of, so they're Hollywood producers. This isn't the first time I've ever talked to them, too, and they're Hollywood producers in the movies. They talk in this crazy way, so but they don't seem to do much. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of people were definitely touched by your story, and I've heard it from like a lot of famous journalists too, and like it was aggregated in nearly every magazine. And right now the view count is 4 million,
wow.
which is actually, yeah, it's really, really, really high.
How many millions of people are there on the planet? We'll probably reach.
Yeah, millions of, I know. And it went viral not just in the U.S. and in Canada and England, like in English-speaking states. It went viral in Brazil for some reason. Yeah, I know. Like the Buzzfeed translated it into Portuguese, French, and Spanish.
Wow.
I know. I know, and people are really like, you know, there's a podcast from a famous screenwriter that next week they're going to like talk about the article and how to make it into a movie. I'm not going to be on it. But yeah, I was on the BBC World Service about this, like, which is,
I was listening to that in County.
Yeah.
I wish I would have caught that.
I know. I wish there was some way to send you. I wish there was some way to send you that. But there's, yeah, like they don't have the transcript up. But if they ever do put it up, I will send it to you. But yeah, so there's definitely like a lot of people who are interested. And I mean, as you know, you guys heard from like Dateline and Dr. Oz, I heard, right?
Yeah. So I got called to the warden's office because the Dr. Oz show had wanted to do the interview with me. And in Vandalia, I had agreed, but then after I had talked to my dad, and he had told me that HBO wants to air the documentary before anybody else. So I was like, I had to go back to the warden's office and explain the situation. I'm like, I can't do it right now.
I know. Well, I think it's a good idea to wait anyway, and mostly because the more like control you have over the story, yeah, like and the more time, and you'll have seen the documentary and be able to respond to like anything. You know, I think that I haven't seen it yet. Aaron's going to show it to me, I think, soon, but I haven't seen it. So like I don't know what it says exactly, but like, you know, just in case there's something you want to clarify from it or whatever. So it'll be good to wait until after the documentary, and they'll still be interested, I guarantee you. They were calling me too, and it was like the phone was going off the hook. It was pretty crazy that first week after.
I think it also has a lot to do about the writer, because if it's a piece that it ends badly, you know, nobody is going to want to be all happy after. So I think that putting the ending on that article, it left on a happier note. So I think that, you know, it was very well put together, well written. Like, there were words in it that I didn't really know, but it's so elegant that I'm like, it's just so beautifully written.
Thank you, Gypsy. I mean, I found myself really affected by your story, and I still feel really affected by your story. So, you know, I'm really glad that that's how you feel about it. Yeah, I mean, and it feels like your story is still ongoing, which is going to be a good thing for people's continuing interest in it. Because a lot of people have asked me how you're doing, you know, and I've told them, like, you know, that you've just been transferred to a new place, and I hadn't heard from you in the new place yet. Is it okay there?
It's a lot better here. I thought about staying in Vandalia for a while longer, like permanently. But then once I got here, there's a new level of freedom here. Like just simple things like wearing our flip-flops out to the yard or different things like that. We're able to, you know, the police inmate contact is less. So there's not any police, like, you know, bugging you or anything. You're allowed to be, you know, in your pajamas all day long if you want to. I'm still in my pajamas. It's just a new level of freedom that isn't there. And I started my job. I'm starting my job, by the way. I work in the kitchen from 2 to 8. I'm quite busy doing that. I'm like, it's my first job ever. And you have to keep that one job for 30 days, and then if you want to switch jobs, you can switch jobs, which I plan to because they got me working in the pan room where they wash all the pots and pans, and the bin that they soak all the pans in is too high for me to reach, and I have to kind of like lean in there with all my body weight. That's like the shortest person to work in the pan room.
Oh, wow.
But I tackle it every day, and, I just really try my hardest at everything I do here.
Right. And, well, I'm really glad to hear that it has more freedom. I mean, I'm hoping at some point, Gypsy, once, like, the stuff calms down and I get some other work out of the way, that I can come see you at some point so that at least you can see what I look like.
You had a little picture of you, I think, on the article.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't, even if you had internet access, you'd find I don't like pictures of myself, so I don't see people take them, so that's like the one picture that exists. But yeah, that's sort of what I look like. But yeah, I would like to come see you anyway. As I told you before, I'm trying to do a book about Munchausen's generally, too, so like, we'll have more to talk about.
Well, I'll send you, I have your address, I'll send you a visiting application, and all you have to do is fill that out. And I send it to the facility, not back to me, but to the facility, and they'll approve it. And then you can come and visit me. I think there's a certain days that you can come and times, but it's contact visits and it's a lot more relaxed.
Okay. Cool. All right. So do send that to me. So that we might as well get it set up now, so that whenever I get free enough. But because I would like to meet you, and figure, and also like, let's keep in touch. I am gonna as soon as I know something, I will tell your dad, but I will also email you, because I feel like one of the things about it too, Gypsy, is like, you should be part of these discussions, right? Yeah. And I mean, like, some of the people I've talked to do understand that. The life rights thing, I'll tell you what I told your dad, and what the Hollywood people keep telling me, is that they're not sure, because you're a public figure now, unfortunately, under the law. They're not sure whether they need to buy life rights or not. We're going to figure that out. I am, from my perspective, I'm not, like I said, this is the first time I've ever had any Hollywood contact. So I'm learning all this stuff myself. But like, I'm not going to be a person who just like drops into your life and then disappears, with all these Hollywood people or whatever. So don't worry about that. But it's important to me to keep you in the loop.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, and your dad and Christy too. It's important because I think it should be. One of the things about you getting out from under your mom is like, you're an adult who should be making these decisions too.
Right. I feel like I've been making a lot more decisions for myself and, for my life. So, I mean, it's really important that I do and start learning how to make the right decisions.
Yeah. Well, and I think part of that is just part of that is just people making sure that things get in front of you, which is important to me.
Yeah. So, and my dad wants me to have, money, so whenever I get out...
This call is from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
Whenever I get out, I could have a car, a house, get stability and get on my own 2 feet,
Yeah, I mean, the other thing I want to talk to you about, and like I have said this to your dad, so you don't know this because I don't think I told you, but I used to be a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer now. So this is not legal advice, but I think you guys should think about suing the doctors pretty heavily. Let me tell you, from looking at those records, they missed so many chances, Gypsy. They missed so many chances, and I just, and I think they know it too, right? And that was why it was hard to get the record. Is they knew that they would be the basis of a future claim, and that's another way for you to have money when you come out.
Right. Yeah.
So I just think you should think about it. Like, I know that it sounds daunting, but let me tell you, as like a former lawyer, okay? A thing that could very well happen is that your dad could find a lawyer who wants to do this. The lawyer goes to the doctors and says, I want to sue you. And the doctors say, here's a bunch of money if you'd go away and settle it. And then you never have to testify. There never needs to be any further exploration of this. You just get the money. That's a big possibility. So you should be aware of that.
I definitely know that Dr. Steele, Robert Steele, my former primary care doctor and pediatrician, is now the president of Mercy Hospital. And I do know that there were some files that disappeared from the system when all this
Did Aaron
happened.
tell you this? Did Aaron tell you this?
No, my Stanfield, my attorney.
He's totally right.
Yeah.
So I haven't discussed this with Mike. I have discussed it with Aaron because we've been in touch with Dr. Steele, who's very defensive, extremely defensive.
Yeah. So that's definitely one that I would want to pursue going after, because whenever all this happened, a lot of fishy stuff started happening whenever Mike needed to get records, and they suddenly disappeared.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. And it's also like, it's in and of itself objectionable. And he has also told us that Aaron can fill you in because she's the one who had the conversation. But he claims there's stuff in there, and we said we don't have them. Right? Nobody has them. This doesn't make any sense.
Right.
And it's pretty. And even the thing is, it doesn't matter because even the stuff we have has plenty enough in it. Right. So I think my feeling is, and I understand anybody's reluctance to really get into it, but my feeling is that you guys should see a lawyer about it, and talk to them, because I just think whatever Hollywood money does or doesn't come of this, it's not going to be anywhere near what you could get. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
From the medical system. Because it's just Gypsy, it drives me crazy that they accepted certain things that should have raised questions.
Now, is there a timeline, a certain time from the time that I've seen the last doctor or something to the time of the lawsuit?
I don't know. This is why we're going to have to talk to an actual lawyer who does this kind of work, right? And you can tell your dad, and I will tell him too, if this comes up with him again, that if they want, I will point to the things in the record that I think a lawyer should especially look at, right? I'm happy to do that, just because it is. I doubt there's a statute of limitations anyway that is run out at this point. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Yeah,
I would be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many doctors and so many evidence and just so much stuff that I think, we would have a pretty good case. Yeah, no, and it's really, I swear, there's definitely stuff in there that if I was the hospital's lawyer, I would be thinking, I just want to settle this. I don't want to get into an argument. Right? Drag out the battle.
Right, exactly. And there's lots of advantages to just settling. It's true that you wouldn't get your day in court against these doctors, but that can also, be really stressful for you. So it might just be worth it. And a lawyer who does this kind of work would have an easier time. And I'm pretty sure there would be several lawyers you could look at. Yeah.
Because before, since I was battling my own case, I was thinking that I just let it go, let it slide, because I don't want to have to deal with going through another big battle of court appearances and this and that, attorneys and
I know.
Stressful in general. But now
I understand.
One case is over, I can begin pursuing a different kind of case.
Yeah, I understand totally too, and to be honest, my inclination would be why put yourself through that, especially because there's an ocean of problems here, and not for you really. It's just there's no point in necessarily putting yourself through that. But the thing is that you may be able to just settle out of court before anything goes anywhere.
Right.
And then the goal of getting you some money to live on when you get out will be suited. And, the other thing I told your dad, and I will tell you, is if you ever hear from any book agents or stuff, feel free to ask me that. I know I mostly do book work, so I know a lot of people up here. And it's possible that someone will eventually contact you, especially if a movie is announced at any point. That'll really make them run. And I can at least tell you what I know about these people that contact you. Let's put it that way, right? Yeah, because I know that once you get out, it'll be a thing, but I think a lot of doctors' conferences and stuff, if this keeps going the way that it's going, are going to be interested in talking to you, and that might be another avenue for you to make some money for later. Because most of the doctors I've heard from, and I've heard from some doctors too, you know, they've said various things, but they've mostly said, like, yeah, they think there was a giant failure here.
Yeah, I feel that way too.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, it just
go.
Good. Yes. Sorry to take your ear off. There were several things I needed to tell you.
No, it's fine. But I just want to tell you again, thank you so much for everything, for putting such a wonderful truth to my story.
No problem. And we'll talk again soon, okay?
Okay, thank you. You have a good day.
Okay. You too.
Bye.
Bye. The person